Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Sam's Doing Stuff. What's Sam doing? Well, I'm stacking some wood, but we're going on vacation this week. So I won't be doing too much. Yeah, we'll be gone. So when you're seeing this, we're actually going to be back from vacation. But since we're going to be gone this week, and I'm not going to be getting a lot done, I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about my channel. We've just passed 2,000 subscribers, okay? Now, those that have been with me from the beginning, you've probably already heard all this, but for those that are brand new, that's what this is all about. Actually, if you've been with the channel for a while, you might learn a little bit of something too, because I don't think I've ever really talked about this personally. So let's start off with the first thing I want to say. So number one, what's my channel all about? Well, my channel is really all about what Sam's doing. Sam is doing stuff. And what does Sam do? Well, obviously, I do firewood. How much firewood do I do? Not a lot. I'm a hobbyist. I do enough firewood to make sure that my dad, he's 86 years old and he's done this all his life, but he can't really do it by himself anymore, so I supply him. And then, you know, I'll sell a little bit on the side, but I don't do hundreds of cords a year, and I think that's where most people are. They don't want to spend tens of thousands of dollars on equipment to do firewood. They just want to do enough to heat their house or to sell a little bit on the side. And, you know, that's the first thing you're going to get from my channel, firewood. The second thing you're going to get from my channel, and this is going to cover a whole array of things, and that is property maintenance and home improvement. I am a jack of all trades, master of none, and I love it. Let me tell you something. My dad taught me one major lesson when I was growing up. He said, son, you can either do it yourself or you can pay somebody else to do it. And you better make enough money if you're going to pay somebody else to do it. And let me tell you, especially today's day and age, having to pay somebody else to do it really, really hurts. So I've taken those lessons and more than anything, the desire that he's planted in me to do things myself. Because let me tell you something, when you learn to do something yourself, number one, you get a wonderful feeling of pride in what you've done. And number two, you're probably going to do it better than somebody else would have done it because it's your own and you're going to make sure it's done right. So I've got these barns to fix up is one of my next projects, and we're getting there on that. I bought some material and we're working hard to get ready. But that's going to be another subject, and it'll just be one good example of how I can take something like this and turn it into something useful and maybe a little bit better looking when I'm done with it. And keeping with the theme of property maintenance, well, there's one thing that you're going to see a lot of around here, and that's my Kubota BX 2380. I could not take care of this property without this tractor, and I think a lot of you that either own acreage or thinking about owning acreage are thinking about tractors too. We went from 3 acres to 7 acres. I bought this back when we had our 3-acre property, and I needed it then, and now with 7 acres, I really need it. I couldn't live without it. And whenever I get a new attachment, which I think at this point I've spent more in attachments than I did on the original tractor, but anyway, when I get an attachment or if I'm using an attachment, we'll talk about it and talk about some of the things that we can learn from it and how to use it. And, you know, like I say, if you're new to tractors, you're going to learn a lot by watching me use mine. And if you've even had a tractor for a long time, you might see me screw up and you can help me. That is a major part of this channel. So if you see me doing something that I shouldn't be doing, tell me about it in the comments. That is always okay on my channel because other people are going to read your comments. And as long as you're being nice and you're being constructive, you know, they're going to learn something. I'm going to learn something. We're all in it to learn something. It's a community. So that's a big part of my channel. I make mistakes and I'm not going to edit them out. I'm going to show you the mistakes I make so you can learn from something I did. How many times I forget to turn an engine on before I pull the... Anyway, I'm learning, you're learning, we're all learning. You can never stop learning. I'm 51 years old and I will never stop learning till the day I die. So of course, content's important. You're not going to tune into a channel that you're not going to learn something or at least be entertained. And let me tell you, when I'm doing stuff, if it's boring to watch, like if I'm stacking the same piece of wood over and over again or scooping the same load of dirt, I'm gonna put it into time lapse, at least make it interesting to watch, or I'll just edit it out. But I'm not gonna show you 5-10 minutes of me scooping the same load of dirt and stacking firewood and splitting firewood over and over again. It just doesn't make sense. So I want to try and keep things entertaining, okay? The other thing, in order to be entertaining and in order for you to continue watching, the audio and the video have to be good. Now, I've been in the video business my entire life. I started as a wedding video. Actually, I started when I was a kid playing around with my parents' video camera, but professionally, I started as a wedding videographer. And then for 22 years, I was in the news business and I learned a thing or two. As a matter of fact, my degree is in telecommunications, so with an emphasis of video. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to video and audio. I can't tell you how frustrated I get when I see a very successful channel, something with great content and it's fun to watch, and they have bad audio. Right here, if you can see, right there, I use a wireless mic. So if I'm talking to you here, or if I'm way back here, I sound exactly the same. And I have two of them. So if my dad's working with me, or if I'm talking to a guest on my channel, I put a microphone on the guest so you can hear them and you learn something from them too. Like I said, nothing makes me more frustrated than to see a channel that is so successful, has hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and the audio is bad. Now, not only does the audio have to be good, but the video has to be good. If I'm standing in front of bright light, I'm gonna look like a shadow. And I'm just doing this as an example. I'm not gonna do this to you. If I'm gonna talk to you and I want you to see my face, well, guess what? I'm gonna shoot it so the lighting is good. I know lighting, I know cameras, I know audio, I know how it all works, so you're gonna get good quality audio and good quality video from my channel every single time. And one final note, and it may be the most important thing about my channel, is me. This is Sam's Doing Stuff, and if you don't like me, well, then you're not gonna wanna watch. So I'm gonna always try and be personable and articulate and friendly and happy about what I'm doing, even if it's frustrating. And I'm also gonna try and stay humble. I mean, if this channel grows the way I want it to grow, I could make a decent living off of it. There's plenty of guys out there that I watch. Some of my favorite channels. Neil from Dig Drive DIY, he just passed, what was it, 200,000 subscribers or something? I know he's passed 100. And Adam from Hometown Acres, he's growing like crazy. You know, I really like those guys that are down to earth and are humble, and I'm going to try and stay that way. And if you subscribe to my channel and you help me become successful, I know it's because of you. It's not because of me that I'm doing as well as I'm doing. You know, right now, do you know how much money I make from my channel? I'll let you in on a little secret. $100 a month. I put a lot of hours into this. And let me tell you, if I didn't enjoy doing it, which I absolutely enjoy doing this, believe me, it's a lot of fun to put these videos together. $100 a month right now. So if you subscribe and you watch and you click those like buttons and all that, it really does help the channel. You know, we all say it, but it's the truth. You know, we want to keep doing this. We want to keep putting out content. And when you comment and you like what you see, it certainly helps us along, and it gives us that little pat on the back we need. So I really appreciate you coming along. I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate it and really convey what it does mean that you're watching. But I'll say it again, I do appreciate it. And you know, come along on the journey. We're still a small channel, but we're growing. And I'd love to see you next Saturday when I'm doing more stuff. Catch you then.